Hey, today I thought I will start working in Premiere, and I'm going to show you how to set up a project in Premiere. I'm recording the sound after I've already done it, so it might be a bit out of sync, just to warn you. Okay, so basically when we start a new project, it'll come up this display screen, your display format. For your video and audio you don't have to worry about. Your capture format is just if you want to do it in HD, you obviously select HDV, but we will work in DV. For most things you'll do DV. Scratch discs are simple. Basically it's just when you're capturing your video where you want your captured video to be going to. And that's basically something you'll play with more when you're doing batch capturing, which I can go into later if anyone's interested in it. And you just have to make sure that they're all capturing to your same document or you'll have troubles. So we'll just go back to general. Give your project a name. Make sure you've given it a name and make sure that it's all going to the same file. That's very important for Premiere, the same as After Effects. Try and make a new folder and put it all into the same project folder that you originally have any of your work in. So if you've got video files, photo files, audio, whatever you have, try and have it all in that same one folder. Even if it's folders within folders, that's still fine. It can find the footage, otherwise it'll lose the footage and come up that it's offline, and it'll take a long time then processing it. So once you've selected that, it'll come up this screen, and it's the same as I talked about in the After Effects tutorial. It'll originally come up NTSC, like in the American format. We got to just go down and find DV Power and standard 48 kilohertz. 48 kilohertz is just your audio it's referring to, and that's a lot better quality and makes very little difference to your actual audio. Widescreen is probably better to do. That's if you've done a widescreen project for any graphics or anything. So Frank likes to get us to work in widescreen for After Effects and also in Flash often. So if you're going to use any of that footage, make sure you've chosen the widescreen project. Then we go to our general settings and just make sure that it's on DV Power. There's a bunch of options. A lot of them I don't even know. Then especially the new CS5 has a huge range of new things that we can do for apps and so forth. This is all correct. DV Power, you might change it to widescreen if you're on widescreen and it hadn't automatically. Lower fields will be working in. So 48, you can change it to 32 if you wanted a lower audio rate for when it's rendering out, but it's not really necessary as it doesn't really make much of a difference. You can also choose to save presets in here, which is pretty cool. So you can make a bunch of custom ones and then just import them. Your tracks is just how your project's going to come up. So at the moment it's showing it's going to come up 3 video tracks, audio track with a stereo and so forth. But so this is your sequence name, so I'll just give it the name of Premiere Tutorials 01. Your sequence, the reason we had to name it twice is because the first is our project name, which will come up in a project folder. This is our sequence track that comes up in our little project display box. And basically the sequence track is what's going to contain all our video and so forth, and if we make a bunch of sequences then we're able to put them all different videos and projects all in different sequences but within the same project box, which makes it a lot simpler when we're trying to hurry up. So as you can see, it's come up these 3 video tracks, and because we chose 3 video tracks, it automatically gives us 3 audio tracks. You can zoom in and out just by this little scroll bar. You can put markers on, but I'll talk about that a bit more later. So this is called your timeline, very similar to Flash and After Effects and most other programs. It's where your video will be. This is your workspace bar. This is like in After Effects what I was talking about. If this is halfway and your video is more longer than this, and you have it set to workspace, that's all it will render out. So you got to be careful with that and make sure that that's completely over what you're working on for your video track. You can also zoom in and out just with this bar as well. They're both exactly the same. It makes it a bit quicker if you're trying to edit fast. So it'll come up 2 display screens. People that aren't used to editing might wonder why that is. Basically, it's just one is for the displaying of I'll get into that later because I'm going to do that later anyway.